How to fix low FPS in EA Sports FC 25 on PC. Peace be upon you, my dear friends and followers of the channel. How are you today? I hope you are well and in good health. Today I have a beautiful, new and important video for everyone. This video will be called How to Fix Low FPS in EA Sports FC 25 on PC. But before watching the video, subscribe to the channel, like and share so that it reaches the largest number of people. Now let's follow the video and I hope you like it. EA Sports FC 25, the second part of the EA Sports FC series, was released on September 20, 2024, for PlayStation 5, Windows and Xbox Series X, S. Although it is a highly anticipated football simulation game, some PC players have reported low FPS and performance glitches during gameplay. These technical issues can affect the overall gaming experience, especially in fast-paced matches where smooth performance is critical. If you are experiencing low FPS, stuttering, or other performance issues, this guide provides several troubleshooting steps to help you resolve them. Low FPS can be caused by outdated drivers, incorrect in-game settings, or even background processes that are consuming system resources. Follow these steps to optimize your system and improve EA Sports FC 25 performance. Fix low FPS in EA FC 25 on PC and increase performance. If you are experiencing a similar issue, you can use this troubleshooting guide to try to resolve it manually. Low FPS is a common problem in PC gaming, but the workarounds mentioned in this guide have proven to be helpful in many cases. Low FPS can be caused by incompatibility between the game and the PC version, outdated graphics drivers, game versions, Windows versions, game file issues, issues with DirectX, in-game graphics settings, background tasks, power options, overlay applications, and more. Let's not waste any more time and get started with the solutions. 1. Disable full screen optimizations. Full screen optimizations on Windows can sometimes cause conflicts with games. Disabling this feature can improve performance. Launch the Steam client and go to your library. Right-click on EA Sports FC 25 and select Manage. Click Browse Local Files to open the game folder. Find the f122.x application file. Right-click on it, and select Properties. Go to the Compatibility tab and check the Disable Full Screen Optimizations box. Click Apply and OK. 2. Update graphics drivers. Outdated graphics drivers are one of the most common causes of low FPS in games. Here's how to update your graphics drivers. Right-click the Start menu and select Device Manager. Expand the Display Adapters category. Right-click on your dedicated graphics card and select Update Driver Software. Select Search automatically for drivers. If a new version is available, it will download and install automatically. Restart your computer to apply the changes. Alternatively, visit the official website of your graphics card manufacturer, NVIDIA or AMD, to download and install the latest drivers manually. 3. Run the game as an administrator. Running the game with administrator privileges can resolve user account control issues. Right-click on the EA Sports FC 25X shortcut on your computer. Select Properties and click on the Compatibility tab. Check the box that says Run this program as an administrator. Click Apply and OK to save the settings. 4. Close unnecessary background tasks. Background applications can consume valuable system resources, causing low FPS. To close unnecessary tasks, press Ctrl plus Shift plus Escape to open the Task Manager. Go to the Processes tab and select any resource-intensive applications. Right-click on each unnecessary process and select End Task. Restart your computer to make sure all the changes take effect. 5. Set high performance in power options to ensure your PC is running at its full potential. Switch to high performance mode. Open Control Panel and go to Hardware and Sound. Select Power Options and select High Performance. Close the window and shut down your PC completely. Restart it after a few moments to apply the settings. 6. Enable Game Mode. Enabling Game Mode can help prioritize system resources for gaming. Press Windows plus I to open Windows settings. Go to Games and select Game Mode. Enable the Game Mode toggle. 7. Run EA Sports FC 25 in compatibility mode. Running the game in compatibility mode can resolve system incompatibility issues. Right-click on the EA Sports FC 25X shortcut, go to Properties and click on the Compatibility tab. Select Run this program in compatibility mode and select Windows 7 or Windows 8. Apply the changes and restart the game. 8. Enable hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. This feature can help improve system performance by reducing latency. O section O Pilcrow O superscript O middle dot O superscript 1 U grave Windows plus I U grave O superscript A O yen O superscript 1 O macron O section O section O superscript A Windows O section U grave O superscript A O yen U grave O section U grave O sedilla O section U grave greater than O section U grave O superscript 1 O plus minus O Pilcrow U grave dot O plus minus U grave O pound O cubed U grave O section U grave O plus minus O superscript 1 U grave O yen O superscript 1 O macron O section O superscript A O section U grave O plus minus O cubed U grave dot O section O superscript A O diaresis O superscript A O apostrophe O superscript O use O registered U grave S O section O plus minus O negation O macron O copyright U grave O macron O copyright U grave dot O superscript 1 O section U grave O negation O copyright O section U grave O plus minus O cubed U grave dot O section O superscript A O section U grave dot O superscript 1 O negation U grave O copyright O diaresis O section U grave O pound O negation U grave O squared O copyright U grave O pound O superscript 1 O macron O superscript A O apostrophe O superscript O use O section U grave F U grave dot O diaresis U grave S U grave O superscript A O plus minus 9 O pilcrow O diaresis O middle dot O yen O superscript 1 O macron O section O superscript A O section U grave O plus minus O cubed U grave dot O section O superscript A O macron O section O registered U grave O section U grave O superscript 1 O diaresis O copyright U grave S U grave dot UFU O pound U grave S O currency O macron us O registered U grave O pilcrow O yen O superscript 1 O macron O section O superscript A O section U grave O plus minus O cubed U grave dot O section O superscript A U grave dot O superscript 1 use O copyright O macron O section O registered U grave O section U grave O superscript 1 O diaresis O copyright O yen U grave O superscript A O cubed use O section U grave O pound O macron O section O inverted exclamation mark O diaresis O UFU U grave F O diaresis U grave S O plus minus O section U grave O superscript A O EA Sports FC 25 U grave O section U grave O superscript A O yen U grave O section U grave O registered U grave S O section O plus minus O section O superscript A greater than O section U grave S O macron usu O section O pilcrow O diaresis O middle dot U grave O pilcrow O superscript 1 O section U grave O superscript 1 O plus minus O pilcrow O superscript 1 U grave O section U grave O section U grave O degrees O copyright O pound U grave dot U grave O inverted exclamation mark O section U grave O apostrophe O section O apostrophe O copyright O U grave O section O pilcrow O diaresis O middle dot O section U grave O macron U grave O copyright U grave O superscript A O superscript A U grave O section O cubed O diaresis U grave dot O superscript 1 O apostrophe O section O apostrophe O superscript A F O pound U grave O superscript A O apostrophe O superscript O use O section U grave dot O squared O section U grave O copyright O section U grave O plus minus O pound O cubed U grave S O copyright VSync U grave O section O pilcro O die erisis O middle dot O yen O superscript 1 O macron O section O superscript A O pound O registered O plus minus U grave dot O U grave O negation U grave O macron O copyright O section U grave dot O cubed U grave O superscript A U grave O section O micro use O section U grave O cedilla U grave O die erisis U grave O section O inverted exclamation mark U grave O superscript 1 U grave O macron O plus minus O copyright U grave O cedilla O section U grave dot off 10 O squared U grave SO section O macron O copyright O degrees O section U grave FO plus minus O copyright O section U grave O micro O section U grave O superscript 1 O apostrophe U grave O section O broken bar us O section U grave O section U grave O superscript A O plus minus O section O pilcro U grave SO copyright U grave S U grave dot ufu O pound U grave O superscript A O cubed O section O superscript 1 O macron O squared U grave S O section O macron O copyright O section U grave O degrees O section U grave FO plus minus O copyright O section U grave O section U grave O superscript A O plus minus O section O pilcro U grave S O copyright O superscript 1 U grave O macron U grave dot O section use a few U grave O cedilla O section U grave dot F U grave O registered U grave O pilcro U grave O section U grave O degrees O section U grave FO plus minus O copyright O section U grave O micro O section U grave O superscript 1 O apostrophe U grave O section O broken bar us O section U grave O superscript 1 U grave SO copyright O section U grave O plus minus O die erisis O squared O plus minus O section U grave dot O section U grave O cubed O section U grave O pound U grave S U grave dot U grave O superscript 1 U grave O degrees O section U grave F U grave dot O die erisis U grave S U grave O superscript A O plus minus U grave O macron O section U grave O registered O micro O section O broken bar O micro O section U grave O plus minus U grave O yen O superscript 1 O macron O section O superscript A O section U grave O cedilla O section U grave O section U grave dot O superscript A U grave O macron U grave dot O copyright O pilcro U grave O section U grave O pound O macron O section O inverted exclamation mark O section U grave O plus minus U grave O section U grave O yen O superscript 1 O macron O section O superscript A O section U grave O superscript A O yen U grave O superscript 1 U grave O section U grave dot O copyright O section U grave O superscript A O die erisis U grave S O die erisis O section U grave dot O superscript A U grave O macron U grave dot O copyright U grave O section U grave O plus minus U grave O superscript A O superscript O U grave S O plus minus O pilcro U grave O section U grave O degrees O section U grave FO plus minus O copyright O section U grave O superscript A O plus minus O section O pilcro U grave SO copyright O die erisis O yen U grave O superscript O section O inverted exclamation mark O superscript A O macron U grave SO macron O yen O macron O section O plus minus O copyright O negation U grave dot U grave O section U grave dot O die erisis O section O macron U grave O copyright O superscript A U grave O section O broken bar U grave S U grave O section U grave O superscript A O superscript 1 us O negation U grave dot O registered O micro O superscript 1 U grave O cubed O diaresis use O section U grave dot O section U grave O a 20,000 U grave dot U grave S O negation O section O diaresis O section U grave S O superscript A O diaresis O superscript A O middle dot O diaresis use O section U grave O superscript A O superscript O U grave S O plus minus O section O superscript A U grave O pound O superscript 1 O macron O superscript A O apostrophe O superscript O use O negation U grave O section O squared O section U grave F U grave dot O diaresis U grave S U grave O superscript A O plus minus O section U grave O registered O section O micro O diaresis of 11 O section U grave O superscript A U grave dot U grave dot U grave O section O superscript A O section U grave O superscript 1 O diaresis O copyright U grave O yen O micro U grave O section U grave S U grave dot UFU O pound U grave O superscript A O cubed O diaresis U grave dot U grave O section O superscript A O section U grave O superscript 1 O diaresis O copyright O section U grave O superscript A O section U grave O copyright U grave us O macron O U grave dot O UFU O section O superscript A U grave us O section U grave O pound O macron O section O inverted exclamation mark O yen U grave use F U grave S U grave S O copyright O section U grave O superscript A U grave dot U grave O section U grave O yen O micro U grave O section U O section O diaresis O section U grave O cubed O diaresis O copyright O yen U grave steam O section U grave O superscript A O steam U grave O section U grave O superscript A O yen U grave O section U grave dot off O superscript A O diaresis O copyright O section U grave O plus minus O diaresis O squared O plus minus O section U grave dot O section U grave O cubed O section U grave O pound U grave S U grave dot U grave O superscript 1 U grave VA Sports FC25 U grave O macron O registered O micro O section O broken bar O micro O section U grave O superscript A O yen U grave O section U grave dot U grave O section O superscript A O section U grave dot to U grave S O copyright U grave O section U grave O plus minus U grave O section U grave O superscript A U grave dot U grave O cubed U grave O section U grave dot O copyright U grave dot U grave O section O superscript A O section U grave O superscript 1 O diaresis O copyright O diaresis O section U grave O cubed O diaresis O copyright O yen U grave Epic Games Launcher O section U grave O superscript A O Epic Games Launcher U grave O section U grave O superscript A O yen U grave O section U grave dot off O superscript A O diaresis O copyright O section U grave O plus minus U grave O section U grave O section O middle dot O section U grave O section O diaresis O negation U grave O section O plus minus EA Sports FC25 U grave O macron O section U grave O superscript A O diaresis O section U grave O cubed O diaresis O copyright O yen U grave O superscript A O middle dot O diaresis use EA O section U grave O superscript A O superscript A O middle dot O diaresis use EA U grave O section U grave O superscript A O yen U grave O section U grave dot off O superscript A O diaresis O copyright O section U grave O plus minus O diaresis O squared O plus minus O section U grave dot O section U grave O cubed O section U grave O pound U grave S U grave dot U grave O superscript 1 U grave VA Sports FC25 U grave O macron O yen O micro U grave O section O 12 O pound O superscript 1 O macron O superscript A O diaresis U grave S O superscript A EA Sports FC 25 O yen O degrees O section U grave O superscript A U grave O negation O pound us U grave O section U grave O middle dot O plus minus U grave O section U grave dot O degrees U grave F U grave O plus minus O copyright O pound O superscript 1 U grave O section U grave U grave FO plus minus U grave us O yen O superscript 1 O section O macron O copyright O superscript A O diaresis U grave S O superscript A O section U grave O superscript 1 O diaresis O copyright U grave S U grave dot UFU O pound U grave USO U grave O degrees O section O pound us U grave dot O UFU O section O superscript A U grave dot O superscript A O diaresis U grave S O copyright O superscript A O superscript 1 U grave O diaresis O section U grave dot U grave O section O superscript A O section U grave O section O cubed O macron O copyright O pound U grave O section U grave O superscript A O diaresis U grave S O superscript A O superscript O U grave S O plus minus O section U grave O cubed U grave USU O diaresis O section U grave O cubed O diaresis O copyright O yen U grave steam O section U grave O superscript A O yen U grave O section U grave dot off O superscript A O diaresis O copyright U grave us steam U grave O section U grave O plus minus O diaresis O squared O plus minus O section U grave dot O section U grave O cubed O section U grave O pound U grave S U grave dot U grave O superscript 1 U grave EA Sports FC 25 O U grave O macron O yen U grave O superscript O section O inverted exclamation mark O section U grave O superscript A O diaresis U grave S O superscript A O diaresis O superscript 1 O macron O section off O superscript A U grave dot O section U grave O section U grave O superscript 1 U grave dot U grave S O copyright O pound O superscript 1 O macron O superscript A O diaresis U grave S O superscript A O section U grave O superscript 1 O diaresis O copyright O diaresis O section U grave O cubed O diaresis O copyright O yen U grave Epic Games Launcher O section U grave O superscript A O yen U grave O section U grave dot off O superscript A O diaresis O copyright U grave us Epic Games Launcher U grave O section U grave O plus minus O superscript 1 U grave O section U grave O section O middle dot O section U grave O section O diaresis O negation U grave O section O plus minus EA Sports FC 25 O U grave O macron O yen U grave O superscript O section O inverted exclamation mark O section U grave O superscript A O diaresis U grave S O superscript A O pound O superscript 1 O macron O superscript A O diaresis U grave S O superscript A O section U grave O superscript 1 O diaresis O copyright O diaresis O superscript 1 O macron O degrees U grave off O section U grave O registered U grave O section O micro O copyright O superscript 1 U grave O section U grave O plus minus O superscript O U grave dot U grave O pound U grave EA Sports FC 25 O superscript A U grave O macron U grave O superscript A O negation O plus minus O diaresis O copyright U grave FO plus minus O copyright U grave O macron U grave O plus minus O section O broken bar O superscript 1 O copyright O U grave O macron U grave S U grave O section O negation U grave O diaresis O superscript 1 O pilcro O section U grave O section O superscript 1 O diaresis use O section U grave O registered U grave O section O pilcro U grave O section U grave us U grave dot O superscript 1 O macron U grave O section U grave O yen O middle dot O section O plus minus O section O superscript A U grave us O section U grave O section U grave S O copyright U grave dot O apostrophe O section U fu U grave us O section U grave O pound O macron O section O inverted exclamation mark O diaresis O section O superscript A O diaresis O section O superscript 1 O section U grave O registered O middle dot U grave O section O superscript A O section U grave dot U grave O pilcrow O copyright U grave us U grave O degrees O section U grave O macron U grave use O U grave S U grave dot U fu off O superscript A O cubed use U grave O sedilla O section U grave dot F U grave O section U grave O section O cubed O superscript A U grave dot O superscript A O section O superscript 1 O diaresis U grave O superscript 1 O diaresis O pound UFO O plus minus O cubed U grave O section O cubed O copyright O superscript A O cubed O superscript A U grave O macron U grave O degrees U grave O section U grave O yen O micro U grave O section O superscript A O pound O cubed O diaresis O section O diaresis U grave O section U grave dot O superscript A U grave dot U grave O copyright U grave dot O registered O superscript A U grave O copyright O U grave dot U grave O superscript A O macron use O section O superscript A O diaresis O plus minus U grave O section U grave dot O negation O section U grave O superscript A O apostrophe O superscript O use O yen U grave O yen O superscript 1 O macron O section O superscript A O section U grave O superscript 1 O diaresis O copyright O U grave dot O section U grave S O pilcrow U grave dot U grave off O superscript A O negation O plus minus O diaresis O copyright O section U grave O superscript 1 O diaresis O copyright O diaresis O section U grave F O section U grave dot U grave O macron O section U grave O middle dot O section O superscript 1 U grave us U grave O section U grave S O copyright O section U grave S O macron use O section O apostrophe U grave F O plus minus U fu O superscript 1 U grave us O section U grave dot O apostrophe O section U grave O macron O copyright U grave O section O superscript A U grave dot U grave us O section U grave use a few U grave O macron O section O superscript 1 O negation O diaresis U fu U grave O section U grave us O section U grave O section O inverted exclamation mark U grave us U grave S O macron use O negation O macron U grave S O macron